Good morning. When you hear of a drinking water crisis, you immediately think of third world countries, but the issue of unsafe contaminated drinking water is now a major problem in several cities, and seemingly every day new locations are being added to the list. Charlotte Brody is the National Director of Nonprofit Alliance Healthy Babies, Bright Futures, and she's here to tell us if unsafe toxins are flowing in our homes and what we can do if they are. Good morning. Thank you for joining me today, Charlotte.
Thank you for having me.
Now, first, Charlotte, how widespread is the problem of contaminated drinking water coming into our homes?
Well, part of the problem is that we really don't know the answer to that question, Makiba. We know that about 90 million Americans live in places where there's lead in the water lines, but we don't know how many of those 90 million are getting lead in their drinking water. And that's why we're providing this test kit, so that people can figure out if they have a lead problem and then solve that problem.
And what potential dangers do those toxins have to households, and who's at the most risk?
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Yes, what potential dangers do the toxins pose to the households, and who's the most at risk?
So what we're worried about is lead in the tap water. And lead is a very potent chemical that can harm the developing brain. You know, lead isn't good for anybody, but it's especially a problem for pregnant women and their children, especially infants that are getting bottle fed with formula mixed with tap water. Small amounts of lead can impact the developing brain and just make it harder for kids to think and learn, and can lead to more violent behaviors. So anything we can do to lower the level of lead that's getting into babies' brains, we want to be doing.
Absolutely. Now, Charlotte, you mentioned a test kit earlier. How can families find out if their families are being exposed to lead and other dangerous contaminants in the home?
Well, the only way we can really know if our water is safe is to test it. And that's why Healthy Babies, Bright Futures, hbbf.org, is offering this test kit. It's a very comprehensive test kit, and the water gets sent to Virginia Tech, to the lab that helped the people of Flint discover that they had a lead problem. And they figure out in these 3 bottles if you have any lead.
That's good information to know. Now, you talked about the test kit. If families use the test kit and they suspect or even notice other contaminants in their water, what can they do about it?
Well, the first thing they can do about it is to filter the water short term. Depending on where the lead is, and that's why there are 3 bottles, they can, for some people, running the water for 45 seconds is going to clear the lead out. But for other people, that's not going to help, and they're going to need a filter short term, and then to do something with their community long term to get the lead out of the water lines.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit more about how this test kit works.
Yeah, it comes with 3 bottles. You wait, keep the water off all night, and then the first bottle you fill as soon as you turn the cold water tap on. And then you turn it off, and then you turn the tap back on and wait 45 seconds and fill the second bottle. Turn that one off, and then you turn the tap back on and let it run for 5 minutes and fill the third bottle. And that way you're figuring out if you have a lead problem, and if you do, where that lead problem comes from. The first bottle is testing the water in your tap. The second bottle is testing if there's water underneath in the lines that are coming into your kitchen. And the third bottle is testing whether there's lead in the pipes in the street. And that's why we want to do this very comprehensive test, so you can figure out if you have a lead problem, where it's coming from, and that will determine what you can do about it.
That's good information to know. Now, of course, in addition to what you had mentioned earlier, is there something more that families can do if they do find that there is lead in their homes? Is there someone that they should report to if they noticed it?
If you have lead in your water tap, it's a community problem, and you need to report it to your city council, your public officials, and your water department, because part of this problem you can solve by yourself, and part of this problem we all have to solve together.
Absolutely. And I'm lastly, Charlotte, where can people go to find more information about protecting their family and home from dangerous contaminants in the water?
They can go to our website, Healthy Babies Bright Futures, hbbf.org, and order a lead test kit at whatever price they can afford, and find out about all the other things they can do to keep their families safe.
Great. Thank you so much. And for more information as well as to get a test kit for your home to test your water, visit www.hbbf.org. Thank you so much, Charlotte. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.